founder of Ashling Partners.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. And I just want everybody to understand I'm coming from Chicago, and it is very hot here today. So just wanted everybody to be aware of that. Yeah, you can go through these animations, please. Perfect. Thank you. So Ashling Partners is a service-first organization. We really leverage kind of best-of-breed intelligent automation to help our enterprise clients that are primarily global achieve the outcomes they're looking for. It's really about automating decision-making across these 4 A's. We are also very focused on the people side, so we very much prescribe to HFX vision of the AAA trifecta. We just kind of add the advisory piece up front because we really want to acknowledge the future of work change management component of this. We have seen it kind of in the trenches that everybody wants the change until it happens to them, and it's important to usher organizations through that program. We were really founded on that principle that work can and should change, and it's going to change with the emergence of kind of the last 3 A's, the intelligent automation tech stack, like RPA, low code, process intelligence, advanced analytics, a lot of ML modeling, and broader AI. And we really are the great orchestrators of intelligent automation across the people, process, and technology that we work with. I think another key component of kind of calling out what Ashling does and what the value to the market is that this orchestration really does require what we would deem as a modern consulting organization, a modern professional service group. That is centered on those outcomes, that is like laser focused on intelligent automation as opposed to kind of dabbling in it. Really well versed in process improvement techniques, and that we do have very simple engagement models, which is kind of the bottom part of this visual around intelligent automation, COE as a service, the build as a service, and our MROC capability. Our whole job is to kind of meet enterprise organizations where they're at on their automation journey. Everybody is somewhere on an automation journey nowadays. The pandemic has certainly brought that to light. And so it's important for us to understand where they're at from a maturation perspective and understand the key value drivers. So we have kind of day one offers that mitigate risk, and then we have day two offers that allow people that have already proven the technology and the business capability with the business-led approach to move faster from a time to market and velocity perspective. So that really is who we are and what we're about.
Thanks, Marshall. We can move straight on to the question then. And again, usual lineup of questioners coming up for you.
Yeah, thanks for that, Marshall. That's great. You alluded to this in your elevator pitch. I'm very curious to hear, coming out of the pandemic, how the last year or so, the disruption and all of the changes that we've seen to the way that we work, how has that impacted demand for you, and how have you reacted to it?
Yeah, it's a great question, Melissa. I think we have seen demand expedited, just kind of a generalized statement there. I think it's progress over perfection. Organizations that were already moving started moving faster. Organizations that were thinking about moving and leveraging automation as a tool, not a capability, kind of changed their mindset and realized that this is critical to corporate objectives. It certainly expedited. I think the other piece is programs that felt like they were mature realized they didn't have the business resilience. So the automated portion of their process may have been effective, but upstream or downstream broke because there wasn't, true end-to-end process redesign. And so there was a kind of a lot of folks coming to us mid-pandemic and post-pandemic, asking us to truly make their automations intelligent. How do we actually automate a little bit more of that judgment?
Thanks.
Sure.
Phil, I think you're up next.
Wonderful, thank you. So I enjoyed the presentation very much. But how much of intelligent automation has focused on implementing tools other than people and process change? And how do you help clients address success simply more than just with the technology?
Yeah, thanks, Phil. I think the first statement I will make on that question is that change management is the least emphasized component of our Ashling IA COE framework, which is, frankly, a little disappointing to us. It could be just market maturity, but we do have 8 core pillars of our Center of Excellence for automation programs, and really 3 are directly impacted on the people side, not just the technology side. Strategy and awareness, resourcing and talent development, and change management. We do really try to bring best practice, not just from a templatized perspective, but also from a benchmarking perspective on what good looks like, and frankly, what funding looks like for this. Because I think a lot of the reasons why change management hits the cutting room floor is funding models are disconnected at this point at the enterprise level. So all we can do is be the great educators and try to influence that change at this point. And we really hope organizations like HFS kind of help put a spotlight on the need for more change management around the way the work is changing here.
We're trying.
We are too. We're with you. We're fighting the battle.
All right, Marshall. And by the way, it's about a bazillion degrees here in the DC area as well. And we have cicadas, so things are wonky. To your point about Chicago being blazing hot. Speaking of hot, why the heck should Ashling Partners be our hottest of the hot vendors?
That is the question, Elena. So I don't think we exist. We are a service-first organization. We do have IP, centralized research and development that we try to bring in to kind of fill in gaps of leading platforms, but we don't exist without the platforms. I think the reality is you need a blueprint for success, right? If the platforms are the brick and mortar, the enterprise apps are the brick and the automation is the mortar. I mean, we are the specialized skill set and the architects around these programs. You're never going to use just one technology. That's not what orchestration of automation is about. You really need the orchestrators to kind of be your Sherpas. And, we've grown because of that. Year-over-year growth of 300% over the last 3 years. So it's something that we're very proud of, and we hope that it's directly correlated to the outcomes we're delivering for our clients.